Brayden, just get in the chair you're going to be playing the game in, please.
What the fuck?
Where's the, I just started it, so you can give it a second.
Are you telling me now?
I'm not putting my headset on until the game actually starts.
Wait, why are we in King's Row? What's King's Row different?
Check, check. Mic check.
I was.
Powering on, mic off.
Check. Check, check, check.
You did know. But those are all their other teammates.
Check.
The other thing is, I want you to go in there. Okay.
Mic on.
Check, check, check. All right, here we go. Back into the game here. Bears are able to recap it. They have now 77% on the Wizards. We have 52% coming up on 60 now for the Bears. Let's see what we got. We've got some ults ready to be online. We are going to see a flank from the Bastion here. Is it going to be enough? It looks like the Wizards might be keen to it. We are going to lose a couple members here, but Marcello going to be able to make one back here. Let's take a look at the point. How are we looking? Looks like this Orisa is wreaking a little bit of havoc. Francisca just going to try and buy some time, and it looks like it's going to be just about enough to make it so that the Bears tie it up. Looks like we're going to get one more push out of our Bears here. We've got Blizzard online. We've got Beat almost ready to go. Ball swap is there. Wu Yang ult ready to go. And we also have Bastion airstrike coming online. But we are going to see a swap over to Soldier. Okay. Usually you want to keep the ult there. But hey, this Bastion strategy might not be working out, and that might not be it. We are going to see, it's high noon. Are they going to be able to step onto point here? It's very tricky. Okay, we are going to lose Planet Cloudy on the Hammond, but it's not necessarily the end of the world. We are going to be able to see a little bit of stalling from the Mei here. And unfortunately, Bears are going to go down there. But the Lucio gets on, buys you an extra second. Is there an answer? Not quite. Very close first round there on Li Zheng. That's a tough point to get back, especially when you are behind on that one. It can be very, very tricky. But not the end of the world. Bears still have the opportunity to make this one back. We've still got only game one here. See what kind of strategies, maybe some new picks. We're going to see the Vendetta come out from Marcello. Vendetta being such an oppressive pick and going to be able to be followed by this Kiriko here. You're going to see two super offensive picks with Vendetta being able to just fly in. You're going to see Ball being able to jump right in, and Kiriko can just go in right in with them. Symmetra maybe even going in to just TP them there, getting the teleporter all set up and making it so that way super easy for them to take that ground. Let's see how this goes. Okay, Bears coming out fast. We are going to see a swap over to Junkrat as well. We've got some Ball antics going on over to the side here. Unfortunately, Francisca gonna go down. Cassidy is super, super tough pick. You gotta respect it. Gets that headshots, like, and that's all your health. You have no time to react sometimes. Okay, Planet Cloudy looking a little bit worse for wear right now. Kiriko not gonna be able to keep him up. Bears might be able to cap this first point, but it doesn't look like it, as pretty much everybody's going down. Not the end of the world here. It's just gonna be that first point. Hasn't capped yet either, so the Bears have a chance to regroup here. Okay, Planet Cloudy going to be taking a little bit of a roundabout entrance to the point here. Marcello going to be going in, taking out the Cassidy, but is going to fall. Lucio's going to fall down as well. We've got Hammond making some damage here happen on the point. We are going to see the BAP fall down. Health bars are not super high over here for the Wizards, but unfortunately it's not quite enough. Now would be a terrible time to die. Unfortunately, we are going to see that tank go down there. Not exactly the reset that we're looking for on the Bears. Not going to be the end of the world for them, but it's definitely going to offset the strategy just a little bit. Okay, Marcello going to find a pick over to the Cassidy swap. Lucio healing isn't really quite enough to keep everybody up, as we are going to see Francisca go down. We're going to see Marcello go down. But we are taking some ground here. We're going to be able to recap the point now. So now we have Bears making their way on, getting some percent, racking up here slowly but surely. You know, the Wizards are going to be going down a little bit. Planet Cloudy, unfortunately, going to SD, maybe not intentional, maybe even see a swap from that. It looks like it can be good. It can be good to get back fast, but the Junkrat doing everything he can to hold this point down. Going to take out that Cassidy there. Lots of good damage coming out. Riptire's ready to go. Let's see it. Can we see this Riptire? Ooh, that's an unfortunate boop. Spear going to take him out on Francesca, but Marcello going to find another pick on this Cassidy here. Ult is coming up. Ashe looking low. Going to go down. Marcello finding that damage. Orisa going to take out Marcello just to answer and punish back. Bob is on point. Going to be doing a lot of damage here. Cannot be face tanking Bob. You got to respect it, but it's okay. We've got a bunch of ults coming back up here. Junkrat holding this point down. We're backing up just as the Bears come very close to tying this one up. This one is super, super close. This is tooth and nail. We've got we've got Tire ready to go. We've got Beat ready to go. We've got Deadeye ready to go. We've got Wu Yang ult coming up as Marcello comes in with some big shots right there. Planet Cloudy, and we've got Wu Yang, Marcello finding up and finishing it up. We've got to pause real quick. We've got a DC. Gonna get that fixed up real quick. Here's a take a look at the stats while we get this patched up. All right, and it looks like we are going to be coming right back here. One thing I just want to point out with these stats right quick is the massive amounts of damage that the enemy Cassidy is putting up there from the Wizards. That is a high number right there, coming up on 13K. But thanks to the healing here coming out from all the Bears supports and the good positioning, it has not stopped them. This is still a very, very, very close game. Bears still in control of the point right now. Might be a little bit of a loss of momentum just because of that pause, but let's see how they handle it. We do have another lever, as now the Wizards try and cap this. We have Wu Yang coming in. Planet Cloudy going to be able to find that pick on the BAP. That's a big pick. Marcello, unfortunately, going to be one of the main damage, which is going to go down. But Planet Cloudy going absolutely nuts on this Hammond pick. They are going to find that Cassidy flank, but it's not really going to do too much. It's going to take out Francisca. Not too much. Orisa's trying to cap this point here, but it's not going to be enough to stand up against Planet Cloudy and Lucio. That's just not enough right there. That is going to be a really big pick right there and solidify that round 2 for the Bears. Massive picks, big damage, just using all of their resources to the best possible outcome there. Using all of their resources perfectly, playing to their strengths, doing everything they can, because again, they have lower numbers here, especially on the damage. There is a lower damage output from the Bears, but the game is not about who's doing the most damage. The game is about who's playing the best as a team, and that is why the Bears are being able to come back here. All right, so now we see round 3 coming up here, 1-1. Let's see what we've got. We are going to see just about the same comp coming out from the Bears here. Unfortunate SD there coming out from Kermit on the Junkrat. That is not the start you want to see. Hopefully we can get that all tied together, but it's okay. That is why the point does not unlock right from the beginning of the game, so he's got plenty of time to get back. We're going to see a lot of picks here from the Wizards that are looking about the same as they were. We're going to see the Orisa. We're going to see the BAP. We're going to see an Ashe as well. Now, so you're going to be able to take out that Immortality Field. Kermit making his way back in a big way, able to take out the Kiriko. Any pick on a support is always a big one. We have Planet Cloudy just doing absolute damage, and being able to be kept up, not dying here is massive, as Bears are in control of the point. They're coming up on 10% here. Are we going to be able to get a boop on the Orisa, the unboopable tank? Doesn't matter, because she's going down either way. Big first cap here from the Bears, as it looks like we're seeing a little bit of shuffling here from this Lucio. How are we going to hit that? That looks awesome. All right. Kermit just holding this sight line. Not a lot of options on this map. It pretty much all comes down to this big choke here. Are they going to be able to get through it? They do have... the Wizards are going to see a swap over here to Sombra. Sombra can be devastating when you remove Ball's ability to shield, when you remove Ball's ability to grapple. Ball turns into a much less of a threat. So is there going to be that? Is this going to be the answer that the Wizards need here in order to retake? As now, Bears coming up on 50%. Lots of ults still also need to be used. Marcello going to be able to find that pick on this Sombra, as Bears are still looking pretty healthy. We're going to see a swap to Roadhog, and that's a window, so be careful. Are we going to find that? Planet Cloudy's still behind them, though. The window doesn't matter when the champ is behind you. Hog going to be going down and not going to be able to take anybody with him. Marcello going to be opening up that eye right there, finding that pick there. We are now at 3/4 of the way through this. Bears are looking great this round. Are we going to get the unanswered round here? We don't have Cassidy ult anytime soon. We've got Wu Yang ult. We've got Junk Tower. We got Beat. No Hammond ult. No Tank ult. But we've got 3 ults. 3 good ults that can hold this one up. As now, the Wizards are forced to do something. And they are going to find a little bit of an opening there when we have that Sombra ult. But they're not going down just yet. They are going to make it to 99. Kermit going to find a pick. Planet Cloudy not going down yet. Bears right now just stalling for time, but why not take a few while you're at it, right? Planet Cloudy still up, as now Lucio is able to get back to point, get the beat dropped. Now we're going to see some more fast offense picks coming from the Wizards, as now they swap to Monkey, as now they're going to swap over to Soldier, able to get to this point quick. Their health bars are not looking super healthy, but it looks like it is going to be enough. They are going to be able to retake, but they're going to lose their tank in the process. Are they going to be able to hold now that they don't have that tank online? Soldier ult going to come through, take out some of the Bears here. That's okay. That's a big and they C9 the point by dropping off of it. Huge victory for the Bears. They C9 the point. Of course, if you are unfamiliar, when you accidentally step off without capping the point. Massive, simple mistake there, but unfortunately that's something you got to look out for, especially when you are not in the lead. You can't be making those mistakes. Bear's going to be able to take that one in. Here's that Marcello play of the game from round 2, which was really a huge turning point in this whole game. Bear's going to go ahead and take that one. We'll be right back with game 2. Alright, and welcome back everybody, as now we go over to King's Row, where we are going to see the Bears back at it again after a strong Game 1 win against these Wizards in these quarterfinals here. Let's take a look at where we go from here. Let's see what's next. It looks like we might see a little bit of a change in lineup, as now again we've got Marcello over on the Sojourn. We've got Francisca open on the signature Mercy pick, now unbanned and ready to go. We've got Kermit on the Junkrat, doing so much last game, still ready to wreak havoc. We've got Nastu on the Kiriko, doing so great last game as well. And we've got Planet Cloudy on Diva. So right off the bat, looks like Bears have a lot of different options. You can play aggressive. You've got the Sojourn. You can go up there. You got a lot of hit scan options. You can snipe. I like a nice little well-rounded comp here from the Bears. We're going to get to see what kind of play style they're going to go with. They typically tend to be more on the aggressive side. But again, here we go. King's Row going to come right off, come out swinging right off the bat here. Marcello going to be going down a little bit low. Are we going to be able to get that healing there? Okay, perfect. Mercy now, being Francisca's main pick, going to be much more confident with getting people up when they are low, and just going to be able to put out generally more healing when you've got Mercy and Kiriko. Big healing output comp here. Marcello is going to be able to get saved from that mistake there. Kermit going to find that pick on the Iliari. Sojourn going to be traded for that, and we are also going to lose our second DPS there from the Ashe here. Wizards going to be looking at a little bit of a poke kind of comp here. We're going to see that Sojourn, we're going to see that hit scan from the Ashe as well, and then we're also going to see that range tank option is from the Sigma. And you are also obviously always going to have Kiriko, who can sort of snipe you from just across the map, and then, you know, you're left with like a half a health bar when you've got plenty of different people there who can then just sweep you up and clean you up. So looks like we're going to see a little bit of a lineup change. We're going to see a swap over to Bastion. So hopefully maybe our siege is going to increase when we're going to have more answer for that Sigma barrier. Sigma's still pretty good though with dealing with Bastion, able to sort of just eat up a lot of his fire with his shield recharge, but the Bears are going to be able to take some ground here. Bastion getting down really low there, down to 11 health. Turret mode going to be started. Junkrat going to fall down, unfortunately. We are going to see the Kiriko ult. Kitsune has been deployed, but Bears don't really have much of an outlet to go through that, just because, unfortunately, that sightline is being held down pretty big. We've got Valkyrie ready to be online here. We also have Bastion ult coming up. We've got Junkrat ult just about almost there. We're going to see a swap over to Junker Queen, as yes, it looks like this Bears comp was not quite what we're looking for. We're going to see the swap over now also to Wrecking Ball. Okay, let's take a look. We are going to see the swap to Reaper as well. Going to have more pick potential. Now we are going full dive. We're going full dive, going over to Sombra, going over to Kiriko. We have Ball that can follow up, and we also have Reaper. We're going full dive time on the Bears. Hopefully they don't get picked down, as that's going to be their biggest obstacle that they need to overcome here. Super risky flight there coming out from Mercy, but is going to be able to stay up. The Bears just need some kind of opening here in order to make this game explode. Reaper, unfortunately, going to be going down a little bit there, but going to be kept up by that Francisca. Not too much that they're doing. There's the engage from Planet Cloudy. Health bars are super low, but they got to capitalize on it. They got to take him down. Unfortunately, Kermit going to go down on that Reaper. And we are going to see a sneaky res there from Francisca. Going to be able to get that Reaper back up. Give the Bears a second chance here. Is going to pay for it with their life, unfortunately. Reaper's going in. Can we find this picks? No. Unfortunately, this Sojourn is holding this point down. This Sojourn is a menace. We are seeing Nastu find that Ashe pick, but again, Sojourn making the Bears pay for every single thing that they are doing here. There is no easy, there's nothing for free. Let's take a look here. Planet Cloudy also going to go down. Bears not looking great here with 20 left in this first round. Here we go. What will be the answer? Is there going to be one? We've got ults ready to be unleashed here from the Bears. The Reaper flank can go hard, but unfortunately it's going to be pretty tricky with Kitsune. All the ults coming out from the Wizards here. It doesn't look like the Bears are going to be getting that opportunity to take that point, as the Wizards just had all of their ults online ready to go. They were just waiting for it. So that is going to be a strong round one performance there from the Wizards. Will the Bears be able to answer this back? We had a couple different swaps there with strategy. We had some picks, we had some hit scan, and then we swapped over to more flank comp. This can be a draw. It's very possible. It's very hard to hold that first point Kings Row. Kings Row, you always have to be mindful of, hey, are they going to just randomly swap to that Widow? Are they going to have a Widow pick on that first point? It's one of the most devastating Widow spots in the entire game. But we'll see what we got going into here on this round 2, as now the Bears holding that defense down. Are they going to be able to hold them? So let's see. We got Bastion, obviously one of the best defensive picks in the game. We've got Ashe, another one. Kermit being so lethal on this pick throughout the entire season. We are going to see a swap to Moira, even more healing output, and we're going to put the Wu Yang back online, as now the Bears are looking in a pretty good spot. And then, of course, we are also going to see the tank Planet Cloudy swap over to Reinhardt. A very good defensive option. Even if they do have a more hit scan comp here, they are able to hold down that first point, or at least that first choke, a little bit easier with that shield. So here we go. Will the Bears be able to clutch this one out and get it to a draw? Because even one tick is going to do it. Immediately, we're going to see some fire coming in through here on this first point. Gotta play super coordinated with this choke, because you never know where people are going to be trying to get through. Unfortunately, Francisca already going to be going down there from that Ashe, as now the Bears forced to sort of reposition a little bit, as Reinhardt is just solo standing on point. You got to protect your healers, and they are unfortunately going to be going down here. Marcello going to be able to take one back, but is it going to be enough? You don't have healers. Wu Yang coming back with this pick, but unfortunately it looks like the Bears are going to be going and losing that one. So that's going to be game 2 over to the Wizards. Here's a look at our stats as we transition here. Again, that DPS, just such a big threat coming in from these Wizards here. The first game it was the Cassidy, this game it was the Sojourn. There's just so much damage that needs to be answered. So here we go. That's game 1 over to Bears, game 2 over to Wizards. Let's see what happens in game 3. We will be right back. Alright, and welcome back, folks. We've got your Hawthorne Bears going into the Wizards for Game 3. It is 1-1. Bears able to take Game 1. Wizards going to be able to take Game 2. Bears have had some great conversations here in the post-game. I've been lucky enough to hear some of these, and I'm thinking that they're going to have some great tricks up their sleeve for this next game. So we'll see how this one goes. Here we go. We are going to see the Rialto pick. So, we've got, roll call, we've got Nastu on the Vendetta. We've got Kermit over on Juno. And we've got Francisca on the Moira. Marcello on the Reaper. And where's our tank? Planet Cloudy on the Diva. Diva's been super strong throughout the games. Hasn't really had a super pop-off moment, but I'm hopeful that it might be this game. It looks like we've got that dive comp ready to go. We've got some big potential here with this comp. Need to watch this sightline. This is a tough one coming right out the gate here. So let's take a look. What do we have? Alright, gonna see a Ramatra pick coming out. So an instant swap coming out from Planet Cloudy over to Mauga. I like this swap. I think that's gonna be great for this. As we're going to be able to get some of the picks here. Vendetta coming in strong, getting a lot of damage down, but unfortunately going to be going down to that Sojourn, which was, so lethal that last game. So let's see if the Bears have the answer for it. But they are going to be able to get across the bridge. That is one of the big spots in this map that does require some patience to get through a lot of the times. But it looks like the Bears are going to be able to get through it because the Wizards are going to mostly give it to them. Are they going to be able to stay up, though? Malgo going so low, but getting kept up from this great heals here. Looks like we are going to see Francisca go down here from that BAP. Marcello going to take one back. That Ashe going to be going down here, but unfortunately that Mercy going to make it so that that pick does not really matter. But Rez going to be offline, so it's not like it's useless. They are going to be able to round this corner. That's a big first point. Any kind of corner is going to be a tricky spot. Mauga going in, going to be able to find that pick on the Sojourn. Big momentum from that because that Sojourn is what really holds down the Bears for a lot of this. And with that down, it looks like it's time for Mauga to go straight in and do a bunch of damage. Can he live, though? Because they do have a lot of damage coming out from this Ramatra. They are going to be able to round this corner. Vendetta going to be going down, but it's okay. They're still gaining ground here. Sojourn going to find his way back, but getting locked into a corner immediately. Mauga going to be going down, but a lot of ground gained there from the Bears. So Sojourn ult also going to be used, and really only going to be able to take one in a losing fight anyway. Kermit going to be going down too as the Bears are getting their resets in. Might see a swap or two come in. Doesn't look like it, but that's totally fine. This comp is working out for them. All in all, we are gaining ground here as Marcello unfortunately going to be going down on that Reaper. Going to need to come back here. Maybe going to have to cost the Bears just a couple more seconds here for them to regroup. As Mauga diving through to that next sort of building here as Vendetta jumping right into that backline. Gonna get down. Gonna be knocked down immediately. Unfortunately, not quite enough survivability to be doing that type of thing into a full team. Do we have the Mauga answer here? As now Mauga goes in. Not quite synced up here with where your DPS are at. But Mauga ult ready to come online as Ramatra ult goes down. Juno ult is going down here. Hanzo swap online. Bastion swap online. Let's see how this goes. Mauga ult going to be used as now we've got two big boys just locked in a room together. Who's going to come out? Mauga ult actually going to be going down all the way here as it looks like Mauga health bar not quite looking great. That Planet Cloudy health is so fluid because Mauga has so much lifesteal. Can we find that pick on that tank? It doesn't look like it. Planet Cloudy going down. Marcello going down there as well. Over to Sombra now. But yes, unfortunately falling down as Nastu also going down. Only about 30 seconds left here for the Bears to try and regroup and make some kind of push happen here. We've got an ult ready from Moira. We've got the soldier swap. We've got now a swap over to Orisa. This one being a push map, definitely going to make it so that way the Bears have at least some progress, but but not a ton to show for it, as the cart has moved back a considerable amount. But that Orisa damage is there. Going to be able to isolate that Ramatra, but is it enough? The heals are there for the Wizards, so unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's enough. Going to be able to buy a little bit of time here on the point, but unfortunately, it's just not quite the answer that the Bears were looking for there. Here's a take a look at the stats here as we move on. As you can see, that Sojourn damage just unanswered. It is so brutal. It is a ton of damage. You can see the support healing numbers are pretty comparable, just about the same things, just about the same from both teams, given the support, given the deaths and limbs all here and there. Tank damage also going to be relatively even, but yeah, that DPS damage is just so lethal. That Sojourn pick has been such an issue for these Bears. Are they going to be able to find some kind of way to answer it? It's tough. It's a really tricky pick. Sojourn being such a versatile hero with so many different options at her defense, or all these different things she can use. She's got a dash. She's got really consistent poke damage, and she's also got really high DPS in general. So let's see here. We've got Marcello now swapping over to the Torbjorn. We're seeing the Wu Yang pick. We're seeing Bap. We see Soldier, and we see Diva. Bears are going to go ahead and try and set up here. Unfortunately, not much ground needing to be covered here by the Wizards, but see what happens. There's always a possibility that they just hold on and get this. I've seen crazier things happen. So let's take a look. Let's see what we got here. Bears are going to be pretty unified here. Marcello going to find that pick on the Sojourn immediately. Awesome pick there. Going to buy that time. Any time that the Sojourn is dead is good. Planet Cloudy going in here on this Diva. Gonna find a lot of damage. Not really gonna be going down for it either, but it looks like we're swapping places because that tank's going in on this Winston here. Planet Cloudy mostly unloading into their whole team here, as now they try and rally, find that pick here. Winston jumping in. Gonna disrupt the Bears just a little bit here, but Diva's gonna be able to do the same. But is she gonna pay for it? Yes, she is. She's gonna lose that mech. Is she gonna be kept up? It looks like it. Looks to be pretty healthy, as now she's trying to get that mech back. Pretty close to it, too. Here comes that Winston coming down here. No tank, really, because now you've got Baby Diva. But she's almost ready to come back. Can we see it? Unfortunately, the Wizards are going to find a couple picks here. Diva back online. Got that mech back ready. Bap Immort going down too. And it looks like they're rounding the corner. The Bears might have just enough time here to regroup and find some kind of second defense here, as Diva unfortunately going to lose mech again. But Diva thankfully buys a lot of time with that. But they're not able to get back in time. So unfortunately, that is going to be game 2 over to the Wizards as the Bears fall down. I believe there is another game. Here's your final stats going into this one as we fall in and see what we can make adjustment wise. Let's see. All right, welcome back, folks. Here we go into now game 4 with your Hawthorne Bears versus the Wizards. We are seeing a lot of different adaptations being made here. We're going to see a couple bans coming out from both teams. Let's see what the Bears have in store for us this game. They've been making adaptations, but it's going to take a little bit extra just to pull out on this team because this team is fierce. They've been so deadly with their Sojourn picks. They've had a lot of DPS coverage throughout this entire set so far. So we'll see how this goes with the Bears. Let's see what we've got coming out. We've got Marcello on the Mauga. We've got Francisca on the Wu Yang. We've got Kermit69 now on the Anna, which is a great pick. I do like that. We're going to see Vendetta coming out from Nastu, and we're going to see Planet Cloudy on the Sombra. So very dive-heavy comp here from the Bears. Dive-heavy comps. There's one thing that you need more than anything else, and that is coordination. That has been the Achilles heel of this Bears composition here. Are they going to be able to find it on this last game here? Get coordinated, get locked in. Will they be able to do it? Let's see. Flashpoints. So many different options for dive comps. So let's see which one they go with. All right, we're going to see Ramacha. We're going to see Zenyatta. We already see a little bit of this Sombra threat in their backline here, as now we try and take this backline here. We see the dive coming in from Nastu. Big pick right off the bat on the Kiriko. Then there's all the DPS coming in at the same time with that super key word there, coordination from the Bears. Going to be able to take out all of those Wizards at the same time. Just like clockwork. Going to be able to take that first point now and coming up on 20%. As the Wizards struggle and try and regroup here. Everything going all according to plan here for the Bears. What kind of answer are we going to see? We're going to see same Ramatra pick. Nastu going to be going down, but did do a lot of damage there as big purple coming out. Going to force that cleanse out. Are we going to be able to see another? Both DPS now down, but Mauga able to put out so much. Going to get slept a little bit. Going to back up. Both supports going down. Mauga needs to retreat and regroup. 65% from the Bears is now the DPS are back and ready to go. We just need to get these healers back here. We regroup.
You ready, Marcello, or not yet?
Ooh, Planet Cloudy going to be going down there a little bit. Nastu also going to be going down. Marcello looks to be quick to follow here, as now we also lose Francisca and we lose Kermit. Marcello trying to just back up just a little bit. Unfortunately, it's just not quite the level of coordinated attack there that we needed, as unfortunately the DPS went in a little bit sooner than the tank. So unfortunately that's going to be that that attempt right there. It looks like that might even be this point, as now they're coming up on 85%. Marcello going to be able to find a big pick on the Sojourn there. It looks like we are going to be able to get a recontest here from the Bears, as Francisca gets super low. Marcello going in, big ult there. Can we get more damage? Both support. We see both supports now falling down. And now Ramatra getting taken down. Bears got to be careful not to C9 here as they retake the point. At 99. What ults do we have available? We've got Wu Yang coming up. We've got Nano ready to go. Vendetta ult ready to be ready online here. We've got Sombra ult ready. Big ults on deck here for the Bears. Are they going to be able to hold this one down there? They might just cap this before the Wizards even get the chance to recontest. And it looks like they will. Bob's going to be wasted there, as now the Bears just retake this for free. And not only Bob there, but it looks like they're also going to be wasting Nano on that Bob, as now the Bears are still killing a few on their way out and stalling them even longer. They are going to lose a few of their on the way out, but it's completely fine. Bears are going to be more than happy with that exchange, as now we see a swap to Reinhardt, keeping them on their toes. Marcello now going to be looking for this answer going into this point here. Here comes the attack as now the Wizards going to go ahead and cap that first one. Planet Cloudy going to go down. Marcello here doing a bunch of damage to this backline. Going to be getting slept here. Going to have to keep himself up, keep these healers up, keep the team up. But unfortunately, it's not quite enough. But it is enough to cap at least a couple percent. Going to at least stall them down and use Ramatra ult, which is definitely a cooldown that the Bears are going to be happy to use, to expend there as they basically tie it up. Not too bad for a little assault there that didn't quite go as planned. We're going to see the swap back to Mauga here. Mauga's so good at being able to keep himself up and make it so that the supports can sort of focus their energy around and get maybe some of those DPS up, keep each other up, as now Marcello taking on the point here. Lots of percent coming in as the dive comes through. Big Sombra ult. Is it going to be enough follow-up to answer for it? Kermit going to take down that Ana and a diff. And there goes the Vendetta taking out the Ashe. Marcello taking out the Sojourn. There's that coordination coming in once again for the Bears as they are able to team wipe and take back that point right as the Wizards find that 90%. Here's a look at those numbers as we go into this.
Charging battery.
Bears still very much in control of this point here. Coordination works great for offense, but what's the defensive option? As now Francisca going down to that Wu Yang. Nastu going down. There is going to be a nano on this Mauga, and a nanoed Mauga is definitely a threat, as now we also have Mauga ult coming through. Going to be able to find the pick on the Sojourn. Both DPS going down. Looks like we're in overtime here as they take that point. It's 1-1. We're going to go to that next point here. Looks like the picks are going to stay pretty much all the same for the Bears. This has been working. It's just a matter of can they play the fight correctly. Bears are going to be in position to take this first point here when it unlocks. Still plenty of time before it even unlocks at all. 10 seconds. Let's see what we're looking like here on this offensive here. Marcello going to be taking a lot of damage as he is in front of everyone. But the Sojourn going to SD. Bears not quite able to lock in that first point. Ramatra ult going to be expended here. Going to take a lot of damage onto the Bears. Take out both the healers, unfortunately. But no cap still. They are eventually going to fall down as the Wizards use Ramatra ult and Bob there. So plenty of good cooldowns being used. Unfortunately, going to go their direction away from the Bears, but not the end of the world. They are going to just lose that first take, but now the Bears have the opportunity to come back and counter it. Let's see what they go with. Bears have been super strong on their offensive ever since they've sort of been locked in here with this coordination. They found sort of an answer here as Sombra going to go down, but is going to find lots of damage, is going to be able to hack a couple of these members here. Is it going to be enough? But there's two picks coming out. Kiriko down, Ashe down. Marcello still able to heal up here. Nastu going down as well. DPS are unavailable for the Bears. As now Mauga also going to be forced to retreat. As now Wizards coming up on 75%. They are going to they are going to have to be wary that there is a Sombra. So you could get back capped at any point if you go too far off of this here. Here comes the coordination here. Here's Nastu going in with this Vendetta pick. Is there follow-up? There is. Big Mauga ult coming down as Mauga is also nanoed. Going to be able to find a lot of damage here. Tank going to be going down. Nastu going down. Francisca going down. Lots of damage, but there needs to be follow-up. There needs to be the actual pick. Marcello going to be able to find a couple here. Marcello holding it down as best as he can, but unfortunately it's just not enough on that. Wizards going to be able to flawlessly take that third point. Bears are playing so well, but it's just not quite enough there. Got Marcello thinking about a swap here on the Junker Queen. Now swapping over to Hog. I like this too. Gonna give a lot of pick potential. Hog a little bit scary to be playing into Ana, which is why we're gonna keep it back over to Mauga here. Healer's gonna be in a little bit of an isolated spot here. They're a little bit open to picks here. It's now Marcello going in, getting lots of damage down on the tank, as now we're seeing the Sojourn just walk past, unfortunately unloading right into those healers for the Bears. Both healers going to be going down to that Sojourn or Sojourn ult as the Wizards cap this one. Going to take down the Bears. They are going to find a couple picks on their way out though. Sombra's still looking okay. Doing what Sombras do and making himself a nuisance to this Wizards team. But unfortunately gonna be going down there, gonna stagger it a little bit. Marcello gonna be swapping over to Sigma now. This should help make it so that way these Bears are not getting bursted down quite as much. Gonna be able to find some damage here on this Sigma. We see the Sombra is ready. See the Sombra's in position. Can we find an answer here? Can we coordinate? Ramatra getting hacked. A lot of them getting hacked. These Wizards going down. Marcello finding a pick. Francisca finding a pick. Nastu finding a pick. Nastu finding another pick. Big nano onto that Vendetta. Gonna get you so much damage as Bob gonna be expended there for that. There is that point going to go over now in control of the Bears. They cannot afford to lose it though. We have Marcello, we have Francisca, Kermit, all on point, ready to go. Will there be an answer? That Ramatra going to find it pretty difficult to find this point here. Marcello taking a lot of damage as Ramatra ult already back up, getting so much usage out of this Ramatra pick. Unfortunately, they are going to get wiped there. And that is going to be it for the Bears here in this game 4. Here's a last look at those stats. Thank you all so much for joining us as the Bears unfortunately lose this one, but put up a great fight in the process. We'll see you all next time.
Mic off.